Pennywise, guys, is the fifth episode of the 24th season of The Simpsons, directed by Mark Kirkland and Mike B. Anderson. And I have to say, I didn't really care for this very much. I didn't hate it as such, but I don't know if I'd watch it again. I don't know if I'd skip it either. I'm kind of on the fence. Usually with The Simpsons, I can at least say whether I'd watch it again or skip it if watching this season again. But I actually don't know. So I think it would very heavily depend on whether I'm watching it for background fluff or if I actually want to watch it to, pay full attention. The main narrative, focuses on Fat Tony doing jury duty. So he puts Dan, the clerk, in charge of the mafia. And Dan is voiced by Steve Carell. And Dan starts making budget cuts, and then he might have to make other cuts, but I won't say too much more about that. Homer manages to get involved in his story, which is a bit bizarre, but I mean, it works well. It's got a decent structure. The pacing's pretty good. It's very unpredictable. So really, there's nothing bad about it. But I just don't. I don't ever care for Fat Tony and these gangster-based episodes. They just very rarely do I find them to be very good. If I think back to all of the Fat Tony based episodes to date with this episode, there are maybe two that I liked. I'm aware that it was maybe never going to appeal to me fully anyway. So I didn't really care for it, but I don't think it's a bad story as such. And I think it's got some nice messages in there about morals as well. And it's relatively entertaining. The scene with Fat Tony and then the jury duty I thought was pretty decent. So it's not terrible, but I definitely wouldn't choose to watch that part again. With regards to Lisa, she finds out she's got to get more iron in her diet. Obviously, this comes with her being a vegetarian. And she starts to eat bugs. And I have to say, I'm quite surprised that she was willing to eat bugs over taking iron supplements. But that's not to say it doesn't torment her and plague her thoughts. And I feel like it was handled quite well, but also very creepily. There are a lot of grasshoppers in this, and it definitely made me feel a little bit sick. In a good way, it was very well done, it was very effective. But again, even though I love Lisa, I didn't really love that part of the narrative. I didn't hate it, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think, other than me maybe slightly thinking that Lisa wouldn't have ever even tried to eat bugs, I feel like she would have taken the iron supplements instead. So I don't necessarily completely believe that, but ultimately it's not enough to put me off the episode. So yeah, it's fine. It's a pretty average episode. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. I don't think I'd ever choose to watch it, but I don't know. I feel like I might skip it if I'm binge watching season 24. It would definitely depend on what mood I'm in. It's really not that entertaining, but there were a couple of decent moments, so it's not all bad.